it when a nigga gotta show my gun. It's plain to see, you can't change me. I'm an uptown nigga for life. Get into it when a nigga gotta show my gun. We live by the gun, we die by the gun. Get into it when a nigga gotta show my gun.
What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Lil Ya from UNLV, you heard me? AKA Mr. You heard me, you see? Check it out. Hit that like and subscribe button ASAP. Tell a friend about my podcast. The Be Real 23 podcast coming up on a come-up movie, you heard me? Check it out. Yo, I want to run an ep about how we came up with that song, Dat Iron, featuring Boosie. You heard? A lot of speculation about our song, Dat Iron, with Lil Boosie was like, I'm talking about, it wasn't what it was. But yes, it was what it was. And the Southern region know that song to this day is certified a hit. Can't say classic. I ain't gonna go as far as say classic, but it's a hit. What I mean by it's a UNLV hit. A UNLV hit is a song that we might sing that automatically the crowd gonna start fighting. And that's a UNLV hit record. Everywhere we went, from Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Shreveport, Monroe, Alexander, Lake Charles, especially everywhere all over Louisiana and Mississippi. Every time we sung that iron, the crowd started fighting. And when we done that, when back in the days when we have a crowd fighting over our music, we felt like we done what we came to do. We handle our business. We done our job. And the making of Dat Iron is kind of funny. And what I mean by kind of funny is we went to Baton Rouge to locate Boosie to knock the song out. We spoke to Boosie before we even hit the highway. It was all good. He was ready. You see here, we coming here to pick you up. We go in the studio. We ready. Everything was official. You know what I'm saying? But however, we got to Baton Rouge and we was like determined not to turn back without getting the song done. When we left, that was our attitude because we had done prolonged doing the song with him for like a month. So it was finally time to get the song done with Lil Boosie. So we lay there and go to Baton Rouge. Boosie wasn't nowhere to be found. He wasn't answering the phone or nothing. You know what I'm saying? We like, damn, this ain't good business. What's happening with dude? You know what I'm saying? So we went to the studio where we were supposed to record the record. We went in the studio. It was my partner Duke's studio. Duke McRogers, my bad. McRogers, Duke McRogers. Y'all gotta know him. Baton Rouge area, y'all gotta know Duke McRogers. From Banks. That's right, he's from Bankstown. One of my cousin's best friends. He was one of my cousins. Rest in peace, Mo. He's in heaven right now. You know what I'm saying? That was his best friend, Duke McRoy. He had a studio. I can't remember the name of his record label, but he had a studio off. I think it was Plank Road, something like that. We went on. Well, we went to the studio, and it just so happened Duke had several different verses from Boosie in there, already recorded. He let us hear that verse for Dat Iron, as well as 5 more verses from Lil Boosie. All of them was on like a cappella. None of them was on the track. It was just the vocals. So what we did, before we left, we had Sinister. Shout out to Sinister. We had Sinister to make the track for Dat Iron. Sinister made the track. We didn't record our verses on there because we wanted to record in the studio with him. You know what I'm saying? So Sinister made the track. We went out there to Baton Rouge, couldn't find Boosie, went in Duke's studio, and Duke let us hear those verses. We chose the verse that we picked for Dat Iron. Like I say, it was on an instrument, it was on a cappella. All the 5 verses that we heard was a cappella. Nothing was on the track. Nothing was tracked up. It was all a cappella, just his verses. So we chose Dat Iron verse, and we say, you know what? we gonna let Sinister put this verse on that track. And that's how we recorded that Iron song. You know, after we recorded, he approved of it. He said it was cool. It was all good. Everything was straight with it. We released it. But then the second time, the song got so hot, the second time we went back to Baton Rouge to do the video for it. Guess what happened? Same thing. I mean, Boosie was hot as a motherfucker in Mississippi. In Baton Rouge and Carolinas, I know they was on him. New Orleans wasn't on him, period, at the time. You know, I'm a Boosie fan. I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I like his music. You know what I'm saying? He hard as fuck to me, straight up to this day. I can still vibe off a Boosie album. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't hot in New Orleans, period. I mean, people knew of him, but he wasn't hot in New Orleans. They love him now. They love him when they found out about him. They loved him when they found out about him from being on that Iron song. You know what I'm saying? We was the first rappers from New Orleans to really expose him to New Orleans music. You know what I'm saying? I heard back in the days or whatever, you know, he done some music with Juvenile and Kango Slim from Partners in Crime. Shouts out to them. But that wasn't before 2004, to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That Iron album came out. It was, the song actually was on our album called Gutter for Life. We haven't released that on the digital outlet yet, but it will be released. But that song that song came out in 2004, 2005. You know, and it was real hot. So, like I was saying, the second time we went to Baton Rouge was to get him to do the video. And the same thing happened. He wasn't there. You know, that's why you don't have that Iron video. We decided not to do the video without him. You know what I'm saying? So we just bypassed it and put it, you know, we had radio play on it and everything. You know what I'm saying? It done real well. The song done real well. Like I say, it's a well-established song in the West. I mean, in the southern region right now. My bad, not the West. The southern region. You know, get your mind right, mind right, mind right, mind right. You don't want to see what that Iron like. That Iron, that Iron, that Iron, that Iron. Yeah, y'all. And then check this out. There was a kind of, I don't know, I ain't going to call it a conflict because ain't nothing, it is what it is and it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? But some cat came back and said that some kind of way we took Boosie off his song and put him on our song. And that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to let y'all know that wasn't true at all. We got that verse, that Boosie verse from being recorded on an acapella song. We never knew if what he did with that verse or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is to clear the air about that record, man. You know, shouts out to Lil Boosie. I heard when I was incarcerated, I heard that you and Tech, you know, you ran into Tech and y'all talked or whatever, but me and Lil Boosie haven't talked since, I'm talking about Skulls and Blues. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, and I mean, we done business best as we could. It's not our fault that he wasn't there. It's not our fault that, you know, we didn't have the time to chase him down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he was aware of everything that went on. You know, our jacket in this industry is damn, I could say perfect when it comes down to doing business. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So we would never have to just jack a nigga out their record, homie. Who, you know, whoever you were, you know, this person that was saying that in Baton Rouge, you know, let them know, man, wasn't never nothing like that, homie. We ain't jack y'all your record, dog. We don't rock like that, you know what I mean? For real, you know. But, yeah, man, that Iron, y'all look it up. It's on an album called Gutter for Life. And on that album, on that same album, I mean, this was one of my favorite UNLV albums. You know, on that same album, we had a feature from BG, we had a feature from Juvenile, and we had a feature from Lil Boosie. You know, an all-star cast, straight up. on that same album. So y'all look it up. It's going to be coming out digitally real soon. You with me? Yeah. So I need y'all to hit that like and subscribe button ASAP. Tell a friend about my podcast. Y'all know how it go. You with me? I'm out.